So you want to power on the computer if it's not already on. If it prompts you for a password, the password is FCM. Then you're going to want to go to the desktop. You should switch on the compressor. This is on here, and you can hear it making a noise, but you can also see it pressurizing over here. Give it about a minute to pressurize the system, and when you're ready, then you can turn on the instrument by pressing this power standby button. The screen will come on and it'll say initializing, and we're going to wait until it says standby. Alright, we're ready to connect to the cytometer by clicking on the software down here. It's a little icon that looks just like the flow cytometer. Username is going to be user1, and at this point we're going to log in, but if no one has used the instrument in a while, or it's been having problems, you might want to go straight to the maintenance tab, and here you can do all kinds of cleaning, but the one I recommend is the waste A maintenance. That's going to run bleach and then water through the system. We don't need to do that today. So back to the login page and log in. So our sorting chips that currently are available free to use, when they run out, labs will have to purchase their own, are up here. We have the 100 micron and the 130 micron and the 70 micron. We're going to use a 100. I already opened it this morning. But in order to use this chip, we have to scan this code by holding it up to the camera. And just check that it's the right nozzle size that you think you're going to use and click next. So at this point, the instrument, the computer will guide you through setting up the instrument. So you're going to want to follow the instructions on the screen to the letter. The first thing it's asking us to do is exchange the chip. It's showing us a nice picture of how to do that. So we're going to go remove the old chip and put in our new chip. Make sure you only open this lid if the compressor is on. Here's your chip. Your chip has been ejected, so you're going to take out the old one. This is going to go into the biohazard trash. That's any of the red bags. Then I'm going to take my new chip. So you want the writing to face towards you, and you're going to insert it into this slot. Just push down until you feel pressure and it gets loaded in automatically. So while the instrument is open, we can actually now see our sample line. Here's our needle and here's that tubing, and it connects in here. Now you don't need to change that out, but if they get a lot of clogs in the instrument, then you can let me know and I will change out the sample line as needed. When the chip is loaded, click next. And here's where you're going to select which lasers you're going to use. Now if you don't know, just turn them all on. But I hope you do know before you start your experiment. And you don't need to change anything on this screen, so just leave it as it is. And it says select the filter setting and close the upper door. So I'm going to go ahead and close this door. Just push it, close. And you can then go ahead and close your sash back down to the red arrow position. Now we're ready to click next. And this is a really important check to make sure there's no clogs in the system. What you're seeing here is actual real-time image of your droplets as they drop down through the camera. So this stable droplet is a good sign. But the other thing you want to do at this point is check that you have fluid dripping from the sample probe line. If you do, that's a really good sign that there isn't if you're worried that there's a clog and that if this is not stable, so this is very stable right now, but if it was more like this the whole time, then you would go ahead and run either a sample line cleaning, that's the one that does the bleach and the water, or a sheet filter debubble. So I'm going to go ahead and do a debubble just to show you what that looks like. So again, it's going to talk you through it, but we're going to click start to initiate the debubble procedure. And what it's going to do is fill the sheath fluid filter with sheath fluid until it's very highly pressurized. What it's trying to do is push any air out of the filter. And so hopefully those bubbles will rise to the top. And when that has finished, we're going to let out the air bubbles by opening up the top of the sheath filter. So you're going to follow the instructions on the screen, and at some point it's going to tell you to come to the side and get rid of the air bubbles that are in the sheath filter. You want to grab yourself a handy paper towel because this could get messy. In this door here we have the sheath filter right here on the left. So pull it out towards you, and then you're going to tap it to get the air bubbles to the top, and then we're going to open up at the top here and let out any air, and we open it until liquid starts coming out. There we go, and then tighten it nicely back up. And then when you put it back in its holder, just be careful not to pinch any of the wires. Next we have to get some setup beads, and they're going to be stored in the fridge. You're going to find them right here, and if you see these are running low, there's 3 vials in here, they're all the same. If they're running low, you must let me know. So I'm going to load these into a sample tube. Make sure you've got the right holder, and this just connects in here. So if you are only analyzing your samples, which means you're not going to sort them into different tubes, you're just going to have them go through the analyzer and into the waste, you can check here and it'll be a much quicker setup.